To take us through where we stand, I'm joined by my colleague, NBC News political correspondent Steve Kornacki. Steve, break it down for us.
Yeah, Kristen, I guess you could say there's consensus, but the consensus is on how fundamentally divided we are as a country. Again, you showed this a minute ago. This isn't even about issues. This is just about the basic values we have as Americans. Do you think we're united or greatly divided on those values? 8 out of 10 saying we are greatly divided on values. And this cuts across party lines. You can see it right here. Democrats, Republicans, independents, very few of any of them say we are united on values. And just to put this in some context, it doesn't have to be this way. It wasn't always this way. This right here, you're looking at numbers right after 9/11. Obviously, that's an extreme moment in our history. But again, look at the unity the country was feeling at that moment. And, 2 decades later, look how far those numbers have descended since 9/11. So some context, some perspective there.
Law enforcement warning for all U.S. capital cities, including the District of Columbia. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. Multiple uprisings have been reported on all state and federal legislative buildings in the continental United States. It is unknown what group is responsible for these uprisings. To protect yourself from these uprisings, take the following actions: stay away from government buildings. Remain indoors. Do not allow anyone to enter, unless they're law enforcement, emergency services, or military. If someone participating in the uprising breaks into your home, use firearms or other weapons to defend yourself and your family. Stay tuned for further updates as they become available.
Please stand by. This message is being transmitted at the request of the government of Equestria. Major changes are ongoing to your nation. Please pay close attention. A change in government is in progress on multiple nations across your world. Do not panic, this will only benefit your world's peoples. It has become apparent that humanity is an unharmonious species that cannot be trusted with its own freedom, and as such, after years of disharmony, war, and famine, Princess Celestia has activated a contingency protocol which, in this type of situation, effectively gives her control of your world. As such, all major countries are now under our control. This includes countries such as the United States, Russia, China, Britain, France, Spain, Germany, Sweden, Norway, Finland, among others. All formerly independent governments of these nations are being restructured as per this contingency protocol. Half of all military forces are no longer loyal to their governments, but to Equestria, and these forces are conducting operations in major cities to ensure that this transition occurs peacefully. Should you fight against us, you will be punished severely. If your friend plans to fight us, report them immediately, no matter how close they are to you. If you fail to do so, you will be considered an accomplice and be punished accordingly. We will not hesitate to neutralize anyone who tries to rebel against Equestria. Equestria's rule is imminent. This is a rite of passage for your nation, as it marks the beginning of a new, brighter, better future.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow. This is a national emergency. All EAS participant stations and cable systems shall transmit this national emergency message. This station has interrupted normal programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air, providing news and information to the country in assigned areas. This is WRC-TV. We will continue to serve the Washington, D.C. area. If you are not in this area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Washington, D.C. area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated nationwide. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. America is under attack. 42% of the U.S. armed forces have revealed themselves to be alien equines and humanoids. These infiltrators are now attacking multiple state and federal government buildings in an effort to seize control of the entire country. Both the president and the president-elect have left the country for a safe location. Speaker Mike Johnson is confirmed to have been captured by the aliens. His status is unknown. President pro tempore Patty Murray is also confirmed to have been captured, and was last seen undergoing some form of hypnosis. The status of Vice President Harris and Vice President-elect Vance is unknown. The two were last seen at the White House. Martial law has been declared nationwide. All emergency powers prescribed in the National Emergencies Act and other laws are now in full force. Loyal units are now engaged with the traitors in fierce combat. However, it is clear that this situation is unsustainable. The aliens are advancing rapidly, and many civilians are now at risk. To save as many lives as possible, a full-scale evacuation has been ordered. Loyal units will be distinguishable with blue armbands. Follow their instructions once they arrive in your neighborhood. Gather only essential belongings, and proceed with evacuation in an orderly manner. Do not deviate from the assigned routes or exit evacuation transports. Failure to comply will have consequences for you and your family. Ensure the safety of you and your loved ones by evacuating. We have no further information to bring you. Remain indoors and stay tuned to this station for further updates as they become available.
This is Princess Celestia speaking. You should just give up, your country is ours. Equestria has seized control of the United States. All traitors will be punished. Your loyalist troops are on their knees, their chiefs of staff are no longer with us. As I speak, the flag of the United States at the White House is being brought down for the final time, and in its place, now flies the flag of the Equestrian Dominion of Columbia, built out of the former United States. The former politicians who have harmed the nation shall be punished to the fullest extent. Citizens who wish to harbor them and other traitors will suffer the same fate. Many changes will be made to this territory. Human religions will be prohibited, and all Americans will worship me and the alicorns, the true and harmonious gods and goddesses. If any nation that was not taken over attempts to intervene, they will be met with the full might of Equestria. For too long, this unharmonious system has destroyed your country, made you sick, made you hungry, made you poor. Now, thanks to Equestria, all disharmony in this country has ended, and the magic of friendship will always shine. If we work together, your nation will be more prosperous and harmonious than ever before. You now have two choices: submit to your new leaders or face the consequences.